Yo, 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 yo. Trade recap. Ray, yay, 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 recap for you and me. Ah, 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 ah. Trade recap, baby. Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a peek. 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 Okay. So, right at the beginning of everything, let's take a look here. I did not take a trade, by the way, on what was it? I think I did a trade recap for. Let's take a peek here. I did a trade recap for Monday, I believe, but I didn't do one for Tuesday because I wasn't really trading on Tuesday. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is about a day ago. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. So we lost 110 bucks on Monday. We only made 100 of that back. And the reason is because I didn't want to do 3 contracts, because 3 contracts would have brought up my loss to like 90 something bucks, and I would have made 180 on that trade if I would have done it, but I did not. I didn't want to do it. I think my total loss was like the original total loss would have been like 55 bucks or something like that. And I was willing to make $110 or something, but then I just shortened it to like 50 bucks. So technically, I mean, I didn't make a whole lot, but I mean, the strategy is working, which is super, super nice. And obviously, when I accumulate more capital, then I'll obviously be placing larger trades, but we have to work our way up there. Trade recap. Okay, so at the beginning, we were pretty much just waiting for price. I was either waiting for price to break above here and come up into some sort of fair value gap here or 1 hour fair value gap up here, but price ended up just tanking towards the bottom. We broke structure towards the bottom on the 15-minute. As I was looking at the 1 hour, there wasn't really anything to go off of the 1 hour. You have these 1 hour lows over here and everything like that, but in reality, that's just not what I was going for. I'm just following the market is what I'm doing. And we had a break of structure towards the top. We had a sweep. We had a change of character towards the bottom. And we've just had a huge dip down. So as I'm looking at the 15-minute, well, now, the 1 hour is going down, the 15 minutes going down. I can't do anything off of the 1 hour because there's nothing on the 1 hour. Let's go off of the 15-minute. So as we continue forward, price jumps into this 15-minute FVG right here. It's in discount, and I'm ready to pretty much place a short. And I'm waiting for either SMT or I'm waiting for an inversion gap is what I'm waiting for. And I've been practicing my inversion gaps. I haven't been back testing on YouTube. But I've been doing it on yesterday I back tested for like 3 hours. And I just didn't want to stream it because I just didn't want to. So just because I'm not on doesn't mean I'm not back testing, but we did get SMT on this 15-minute discounted FVG. So now what do I wait for? Well, I want to see a market structure shift and I want to see a gap. So as you can see, we get our market structure shift, but no gap. Now we get our gap. So I pretty much place a trade. Where was it? I think I go to ME. I went on MES instead because of the Yep, right here. I'm on MES instead because of low resistance liquidity right over here. We get our gap right here, and I place a trade at the 50%, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for price to pretty much come back in and tag me in. Well, what does price do? Price decides just to dip hard, right? Just kind of leaves me behind. So I'm like, whatever, okay, who cares, right? So then I'm pretty much waiting again is what I'm doing. Price comes into this 15-minute FEG right here, just completely disrespects it. But on M and Q, as we can see again, we get another SMT here. I believe we got another SMT. Let's take a peek. Did we get another SMT? No SMT. My bad. I thought there was 2 SMTs that I missed out on today, but there wasn't. So price reacts to that 15-minute FEG again, push us down. So I'm just like, okay, well, fuck. It's turning at about 11 o'clock, and I'm starting to think, man, I'm probably not going to see anything today. And if I don't see anything today, I'm completely fine. So I'm pretty much waiting for a continuation is kind of what I'm just waiting for, right? At about 11:45, we had SMT on this 15-minute FEG. And obviously, we're going to take low resistance liquidity. I don't want to take high because with high, usually it sweeps everything up before you get that big push down. So I placed my order right down here at the bottom of this. And the reason why I place it there is because the order block is so small, I don't want it to just lightly tap it and then just have a massive push down. So I just left it there instead of the 50%. So I'm pretty much waiting, and as the price gets like super close to that order block, I'm looking at MES as well too, and I'm pretty much just like, well, shit, MES is already close to that 50%. What if I just place a 50% on MES? And at this point, I just kind of told myself, no, follow your rules. And following the rules would be taking the low resistance liquidity right here. So let me take a photo of this here quick. I'm probably going to be back testing tonight as well too, but I'm not going to be streaming it or anything like that. If somebody wants me to stream it, I don't know, just feel free to comment or something like that. A 15-minute FEG with SMT. So this is a continuation is pretty much what it is. We're not in discount. We're pretty much doing a continuation going down is kind of what we're doing. And I finally got my setup at around 12:07. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting. Price comes up. And at around this point, I'm kind of just telling myself, like, dude, I should probably just go for the sell, like right now, right? And where was it? It was. So my original entry was targeting these lows right down here, and then I had my stop loss all the way up here. But then I was kind of telling myself, no, dude, like that's just way too big. Just shorten it up a little bit. And I think right here it was like $55. And then I moved it down just a tad bit, like right here, and then moved this up. Maybe it was a little bit shorter than that. I think I was targeting like right here or something. Yeah, I'd say it was at about right here. Sorry, kind of just got rid of that other thing to take a photo. But I was pretty much waiting is all I was doing. But with M&Q, I was kind of telling myself, what if I just take like the high? Because more than likely what's going to happen is M&Q is going to try to sweep out those highs, which it did. Look, that's where the entry would have been on M&Q, and then put my stop loss all the way up there. But I said no. I finally got tagged in at about 12:14 is when I got tagged in. And I was pretty much waiting for price to like dump. And we were getting a lot of consolidation around this area. Price trying to figure out, are we gonna sweep the high and then dump? What are we gonna do? And that's kind of exactly what ended up happening, or close to happening, with M&Q. So price was kind of dipping down, and I'm like, hell yes. And then price went all the way back up, and I'm like, fuck. So I ended up just shutting my phone, and I was like, fuck it, man. Like, if I lose that trade, I lose it. I really don't give a shit. So what ended up happening is we got this big little sweep up there, and look at M&Q as well too. Look at how with high resistance liquidity, right here, with this one being a higher high, look how MNQ goes up and sweeps everything above before we get the big push down. But with MNQ, you don't get that because this is our lower high right here. So I'm just waiting. I pretty much closed my phone and I'm just kind of waiting. I'm chilling. I open up my phone just a couple minutes later and I open my phone up to this and I pretty much just gagged and I'm like, just in disbelief that price pushed down that fast and that quick, which was pretty nice. And we pretty much hit TP right here, and I was done. I mean, I was in that trade from 12:14 all the way up to about 12:33, so maybe about 19 minutes, 20 minutes. So that was a pretty nice little trade today. I did post that on my Twitter account. Posted that on my Twitter account, which was super nice. If I would have been confident enough to just leave my stop loss or my TP where it was, which was down at these bottoms, to collect my 150 or my 110 instead of my $100, I still would have hit TP, which was super, super nice. So what I want to do in the future is possibly target 1 to 3s. I don't know how well we would do targeting 1 to 3s, but as soon as we had that reaction from this bottom side, price decided to push up again, coming back into the order block. And most of the times I always see price react into the order block more than once and then tags it up here and then pushes down again. But in this instance, we were actually trying to have a reversal, or price was trying to move up into a more of a discounted area. So if we look at our fib, from about right here, this 15-minute FVG is close to discount. This one's heavily discounted. And same thing with MES. With MES, most of these gaps have been filled in, but those gaps can still be used, So we did get that nice little 1 to 2 today, which was absolutely phenomenal. I needed it. I was patient. I wasn't forcing trades. And what I'm starting to realize is just waiting for the process is pretty much all I'm doing, is just waiting for the process. So yeah, just stay patient. Don't force trades. I have a good feeling that 2026 is going to be a good year if I can follow my rules. If I can follow my rules to a T and I don't break my rules and I don't bend my rules, as long as I follow my rules, I'm completely happy and I am satisfied. Because with all the back testing of what I'm doing, they work. The rules work, and the rules are keeping me profitable. And the crazy part to me is, if I'm doing something consistently and religiously and I'm following my rules to the T and I'm winning off of those rules, why would I bend them just to force a trade? And I'm coming to the conclusion of just like, okay, as soon as I'm in the trade, and if I'm following my rules, there's no reason to be nervous. There's no reason to be nervous. There's no reason to panic, because you're following your rules is what you're doing. The rules aren't 100%. So even if I lose that trade, I'm completely fine with it, just as long as I know I didn't break my rules. This instance right here, we didn't break the rules. We had SMT, we had our gap, we had our market structure shift. I was pretty much just waiting for price to come back into the OB. Came back into the OB. My rule is taking low resistance liquidity instead of high resistance liquidity. Well, look what happened. We never swept up, we never got taken out, and we had that push down. So that was pretty nice. Let's continue the rest of the week. Hopefully we can get a winner on Thursday and Friday. We should have had a winner on Monday, but I broke my rules. And when I break my rules, or when I bend my rules, I lose a trade, and that's why I ended up losing $110. So yeah, let's keep going. There was no trade set up for Tuesday yesterday. I was looking for one, never got a trade set up, never took a trade yesterday. But today for Wednesday, we did get a trade set up. We did end up taking it. following our market structure, and we did end up winning. So, dude, let's fucking keep this shit up, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep making some money. Let's become profitable traders this year. And I believe when people start seeing the consistency and profits from my trade recaps and everything like that, some people tend to migrate and start following the channel because people want to see profitable traders. And when they see profitable traders, they want to know what their strategy is, right? And if they look at the old back testing sessions, they'll realize like, okay, so that's kind of what he's doing, right? That's what he's doing. So yeah, now it's just the trade recaps of the rules that I've been live, broadcasting, and yeah, man, let's make some motherfucking money, guys. Let's make some money. Let's keep going. Some people lost trades today. Some people made a bunch of profits today. Let's keep going. Peace, guys.